Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all praise, and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rechak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the Oath Like Tabernacle of David scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. Now, I was watching this video right here. It had me cracking up. And it's really just showing right at this point in time that a lot of our women, they didn't hit a dead end, and they're starting to feel that pressure, and they're worried. Brothers, the apostles, all the, the elders, brothers been saying for a while about our women that this moment, this time was going to come. And for a while, a lot of men, they wasn't vocal, when they came to, the whole dating market, the nature of these women, what they have to endure. And a lot of these women, they've been very complacent with themselves, where they refuse to hold themselves accountable. No self-examination. None of them having the character to be like, what if I'm the issue? What if I'm the problem? And it happened to be a comment. I'm sure y'all see it right there. So you have a lot of these women that are going to these gatherings, these little social gatherings to meet men, and a lot of men are not showing up. It'll be a venue with music playing, drinks being served, a lot of women showing up, but barely any men showing up. And you'd think that if any of these women got sense and got any type of character, that they take notice of what's happening and actually say to themselves, what is it about ourselves that got men not wanting to be even in our space? Knowing that men actually love women, right? According to the scripture, the woman is the glory of the man. Men love women. They leave their parents and cleave to their woman. So the fact that you now have this dynamic where women are starting to feel out of place because they're no longer being chased, they're not being approached. Men are not showing up at these gatherings to meet them. What is possibly going wrong? None of these women have the character to take accountability, to say to themselves, what is it about myself? Maybe it's me. They still got their nose in the air, still proud. Now, I'm not going to play this video, but what I will do is I will share the link in the description. This is the channel that Apostle Tahar be doing some of his response videos too, because this channel it covers, the whole dating market, and primarily Eve is the focus in a lot of these videos. Sometimes you have the Latin women, the Northern Kingdom women, because they jacked up too, but not as jacked up as the so-called black woman. She's the main one that a lot of men are avoiding. They're not giving her no attention anymore. And she can't seem to figure out, what the issue is. So you see it in the title, women, men need to leave us alone. And for a long time, this is what it was. You did not want men to approach you at the gym or at a function or whatever. All right, you would have your girls with you, and if a man stepped up, you would embarrass him. You say you with your girls, you're not here for him. Go away. So men was like, all right then. In the gym, you got your phone set up. You're waiting to catch a man to come say something to you or even look at you or gaze or glance at you so that you can put them on blast on social media. So you was doing this for a long period of time. And so now that men are no longer playing your game, now you're worried. Reality is finally starting to strike for you women, you Western women. And in the times that we're heading into, it's not a good sign. So, basically, you watch this video. This woman is, she's describing how she knows some women that's basically reporting how they're going to these social gatherings where they're supposed to meet up with men, and men are not showing up. It's just majority women. So clearly, something is wrong. And they're trying to figure it out. What could be the problem? Well, this is what I'll do. All right, because in these lessons, we're supposed to edify, we're supposed to speak with the scriptures. Well, I'm pretty sure the scriptures that I'm going to bring out speaks for every man, including myself, right? These are 2 precepts and these are Proverbs. All right, and who wrote the Proverbs? King Solomon. All right, and he dealt with 1,000 women. So he can be the one to tell you about women, right? Proverbs 21 and 9, and it pretty much says the same thing in the other proverb. Proverbs, the 25th chapter, the 24th verse. So I'm going to just read it. It says, it is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. See, a lot of men are starting to understand, their value, their worth, how much men bring to society, only to have these women to, look down upon them, set all these ridiculous standards and requirements, while she doesn't have to really change herself. Men, they don't want to deal with the BS no more. They done with the game. They done with the drama, the chaos. Men want peace. And that's ultimately what a woman is supposed to bring a man is peace. I believe that's in the scripture when it says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. And she's also supposed to be a pillar of rest. Sirach 36. Yeah, Sirach 36 and verse 24. And it says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. A woman that, she's a help, she's an asset. All right. She make things a bit more easier for him. But these women, they don't want to make it easy. They want to be a pain. You gotta compete with this woman. She wants to compete with you. She wants to be rebellious and defiant. She doesn't want to agree. She got something to prove because society, taught her that, she's, basically the second wave feminism. You don't need to take no ish from a man. RESPECT. I'm every woman. What have you done for me lately? All this stuff. I could do bad by myself, strong and independent. So because you were loud about this for so long, and men had to be quiet, now men are starting to become vocal. And that's become a movement where men are voicing their disapproval with the modern Western woman. And they're not giving you any attention, and they're avoiding you altogether. They rather go overseas. Instead of dealing with this, I got a passport now. So a lot of our women should be asking themselves, something is wrong. What do I need to do to change myself? Start with you. Take accountability. But a lot of them are not going to do that. The scriptures talk about our women being careless. Hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech, because many days and years you're going to be troubled. So this is why it's where it's at right now. You didn't want to listen, and now men are like, all right, cool. Primarily Jake. They're going to the other women. All right, now there really ain't. There's not really much good women to choose from here on the side, but they're going after the less of two evils. I could put it like that. Eve right now, she's the lowest of the low right now. She's worse. This is why nobody is trying to deal with her. She's too combative, too masculine. Doesn't take care of her health. 50-some% of our women are obese. Not trying to, handle that and fix herself up. Having all these children, and putting all the, it gets old after a while. So this is what you got happening. Why won't men come and speak to me? Why am I not being approached? Where are all the good men at? I see some of you, but you just won't step up. You won't even come greet me. You won't. Well, what do you think? Now, let me get the other one. Let me get another precept. I believe it's in the 25th chapter. Because it's not that men hate women. Men love women, especially beautiful women. But obviously there's something that's keeping them from pursuing you. All right. This is Sirach 25:16. And it says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. And I'm pretty sure that speaks for most men, heterosexual men. That a man would rather dwell with two wild animals than to keep house with a wicked woman. He'd rather be in the company of two wild animals. Because at least with the two wild animals, you could take your chance and even, train them. But with a wicked woman, yeah. She'll bring you down to the grave real quick. That's why it says up above, there is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. And that's dealing with the wrath of a woman. You make a woman your enemy, she'll be your worst enemy ever. See, with a man, y'all might scrap it out, fight it out, and y'all might even become cool. But let a woman become scorned if she's really angry with you, and see the lengths she will go to make your life a living Hades. So you better off with two wild animals than to deal with Eve's shit, man. I just read a report that N-Dub, she pulled up in traffic, and she spotted her ex-boyfriend with his new chick because he moved on. He got tired of her shit. She pulled up on them and shot up the new chick. Pulled up on her and killed her. So, yeah. Verse 13 says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. And any affliction but the affliction of them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. And women, because they be in their feelings, they're very emotional beings, creatures, they're very dangerous. And men nowadays, it's just not worth it no more. They don't want to be bothered with that. They'd rather deal with a feminine, submissive woman, all right? And she's willing to, agree and cooperate. Matter of fact, the scripture even says, let's go to Sirach 7. Yeah, Sirach 7:26, it says, hast thou a wife after thy mind? What man in his right mind wouldn't want that, man? A woman that's, she shares the same mindset that you have. That's a dynamic duo right there. Because y'all can actually build. You both see the same thing. You like, she understands the importance of partnership, legacy building, following instructions because she trusts your leadership. Men are not going to bypass that. Men are not going to not pursue after that. These men are not showing up because they're not finding this. These women, they got their own mind, set. Their whole mentality is already set, man. The serpent did a number on her. So this is why it's where it's at right now. All right. You can go to these little gatherings, put your makeup on, put your little weave in, get into your little skin tight dress, get in your little stilettos and your high heels, put your little body spray on, show up to the event, and you're not going to find the men that you're looking for, because they're not going to find what they're looking for if they show up. And he, the narrator of this channel, he described it as that scene in Coming to America when Hakeem was looking for a mate, and he was sitting there with all type of different dates, and every last one of them, it was something off. One woman, I worship the devil, with her eyes all big, about to pop out her head. He threw that in there, and I started busting up when I saw that. But that's what it be like nowadays. You don't know what to expect, man. But it's always something, especially here in the West. You know, dealing with, women and their trauma and baggage, drama, insecurities. And that's not to say that men are perfect or, men don't have their issues. Men got their problems too. But you wonder why these women are having this issue right now. Nobody wants you right now. You're not desired because you refuse to work on yourself. You will not change your mentality. And it's coming back to bite you. Back in the day, yeah, you was getting approached, but women were a little different back then. Women since then have spiraled. You denigrated in value and in your mentality. And with each generation, it just worse and worse. And then you think about it, that's Israel. Our women are in essence a reflection of our nation. Because like it says in was that Jeremiah 2, and it was that the 21st chapter, that he made Israel to be a noble vine, but you became a degenerate plant of a strange vine to him. You deteriorated in value, in character, in morale. So, yeah, men they're turning away, just like the Most High turned away from Israel before their disobedience, for their rebellion. So this is what's happening right now, man. You're gonna be out here and you're gonna be on your own, and this is the worst time for that. So, yeah. So this is why men are going elsewhere. They're looking for them, qualities that's not found in these modern Western women, primarily the so-called black woman. She got too much going on, and her attitude is horrible. You get on you look at these other platforms where you got these panels of women sitting up talking, and when you hear them speak, is horrible. So yeah, all they have right now is themselves to blame. And it's either you gonna, change your attitude, amend your ways, and get with the program, or you're gonna be left for dead. That's just what it's gonna be. Some women are starting to come back to their senses. I will say that. You got some women on there that make sense, and they're starting to they're blasting these women. They're telling on you. And you even have one woman, she was even saying how, like, at this point in my life, being this age, I understand men more, and I really think that maybe polygyny might be the thing for us, because we know that men are not monogamous in nature, and they can actually handle multiple households. Women can't do that. So some women are starting to see it, but a lot of them, they're still stuck. But it's only a matter of time before Isaiah 4:1 start to set in, because all hell is going to break loose. And they're going to see that they're on their own. And that's never good. And we know the scriptures say that, a man is going to be as a hiding place, as a covert from the wind and from the tempest. It also says that the Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Something that's precious is not too much of. They're a rarity. It's scarce. And you women right now, you outnumber the man. So just think about that. So not only is a lot of the men that you desire, they're not checking for you, but also you outnumber them. So it's time for that pride to cease. Pride goes before a fall. It's like your pride goes before destruction, and an haughty look before a fall. These women better consider, man. So anyway, like I said, what I'll do is I'll just share the link to this in the description. Hopefully y'all were edified. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to y'all, Bashmi Al Shai. Shalom.